in black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who got 'em who rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move bottom? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we got 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, single bottle, never stop it. To the feasting on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and
Oh, I didn't have one of those ready. I didn't know we were doing that.
I didn't plan it.
I thought we were just twinning with our hats and we were going to.
Oh yeah, we are, aren't we? Look.
Hi. Look how cute we are.
Yeah. Luther Vision in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
What's up, everybody?
You're probably watching, right?
I don't know.
Nah, who the fuck knows?
Family stuff. Who knows?
Well,
he don't like us. Nah, I won't be there.
No, he's a part-time friend, man. He's part-time. He's a Facebook friend.
Facebook friend.
Well, welcome to Bengals and Brews, everybody. On a Friday, on the second to last day of, well, I guess it's extended out to the Sunday since that's the game. Fuck the Steelers week.
Well, it's like, I wanted to say hate week because, you know, I got the team up north tomorrow against the Buckeyes and then Steelers versus Bengals. But it's also Thanksgiving, so it feels wrong to be like hate week when it's like, oh, I'm so thankful for all these people. But then it's like, but not you people. Fuck you people. I guess that's acceptable.
What the fuck was I thankful for anyway? I had to work.
Well, I was just thankful. I said I was thankful to all you guys, you know, all my friends and stuff, and people I've met on Twitter, people I haven't met in person.
That's true.
Brew Crew, thankful for the Brew Crew.
Thankful for the Brew Crew. I am thankful for them. I'm not going to lie. I like them.
I'm thankful for this hat. It's cold down here. This hat's very warm.
I got to tell you, this hat is not offered anymore. That I went through the Cincy Hat website yesterday looking at the different stuff. I got 2 of those Christmas hats coming, the green ones with the Santa thing. Fuck, I can't wait for that. But anyway, I was going through there and I didn't see this one, but this motherfucker right here is elite.
It's an elite. It's
an
elite.
They got good hats. I got the black one, and for some reason it's a little bit different material, but the way this one is, and I had one. This is the second one I bought like this because motherfucking Jordan Battle's brother, fucking didn't wear. He didn't dress appropriate for the weather. These kids, god damn it,
young kids
never dress appropriate for the weather. Tell him all the time. His mom probably told him, "Get your hat on, Jalen." He's like, "Fuck that, mom, I'm okay." Goes down to lot 1. His head's cold, so he's like, it was warm, a little bit warm that day, and I had the stuff in Big Fancy down there in lot 1, and he asked me if he could put his jacket in there, right, because he was hot. Well, then it cooled down, and he gets his jacket out to go to the game, and he's like, "Hey, Pork Chop." He was like, "Let me buy that hat." And I'm like, "Go ahead, take it, man. Because the money goes to good charity. I'll just get a new one." Yeah. Second one right here.
And that's who you are. Jesus Chop's a very giving guy.
Yes, except I'm not giving you this hat. If you show up on Sunday, whoever, and ask for this hat, it's fucking 20 degrees. Probably not going to happen. I'll probably have it on my head.
Well, and now you said you can't find it, so he's not getting rid of a second one.
Right, I can't find it.
I'm not then going to give him mine. I didn't say I was generous. I said he's generous. I'm not generous.
Jalen would have asked Dale, and Dale would have been like, "Fuck off."
I'd be like, "How about you kiss my ass?"
Yeah, how about you kiss my ass and fuck off, and I'm going to wear that hat because my head's cold.
Yeah, I'm wearing my own hat.
Yeah. That's right. So.
Better wear your hats on Sunday as well because it's supposed to be cold if you're going to the game. Especially high a little over 30. Bro, so
let me show you. Look.
I'm debating if I'm going to put the whole robe on and everything. You know?
That's the battery for my heated vest charging.
I thought that was your vibrator.
Well, you can plug it into that too. That reminds me. Look, man, I know this is off subject, but sometimes
I don't blame you, Tina. Watching at home.
Yeah, I don't blame you either. But sometimes the best conversations come out at work on night shift. And we were talking last night. Everybody's crazy about this Bucky shit, man. I don't understand it. Their nuggets are good or whatever, but
I've never been to one, but yeah.
People are crazy about driving a fucking hour and a half away to go to a goddamn Walmart with gas pumps. Anyway, with security last night, we're getting something out safe or whatever, and he was like, man, and he was telling me how they got everything. And he was like, I wonder if they got dildos. And I was like, shit, I don't know. I ain't been there. And he was like, I thought of a name for it if they do get them. And before he even said it, I said, is it the Bucky Fucky? I thought that's elite. So that's not the name he had.
Wasn't it a beaver? It could be the beaver muncher.
Well, it's for the beaver.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Bucky is a beaver, but I also said that if I got one of those Bucky Fuckies, I could go home and buck fuck my wife.
Buck
Yeah,
fucker?
you could buck fuck her with your Bucky Fucky.
Night shift nurse talk is elite, Tina says.
That's right. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. If HR was planted into the unit on any given night for 5 minutes, I'd be looking for a job. The Beaver Cleaver. I like that one too.
There's so many possibilities with it, honestly.
Listen, Darth, go pick you up a Bucky Fucky and buck fuck your wife.
So, Derek, we're talking about if Bucky's had dildos and then you name it. So this was a conversation Chop had at work.
Right. It's a conversation he had at work.
That's what you're coming into right
now. If
now.
Bucky's had a dildo and it was made by them, I say it's called the Bucky Fucky, and you could take that thing home and buck fuck your wife.
Buck fucker.
Buck fuck your wife right in her beaver with your Bucky Fucky.
Or her butt.
Well, either one. The Bucky Fucky works either way. You can buck fuck your wife any way you want as long as she consents to it with the Bucky Fucky.
Yes.
What do you think, Derek? Go ahead.
Do you think Sarah would want a Bucky Fucky?
You want to buck fuck
I don't even know what to say to that. I mean,
Derek.
I'm just walking. It's the hard-hitting questions right off the bat.
That's what happens when, like, me and Chop are left alone for even a few minutes. Just the two of us.
7 minutes, 37 minutes.
With a live mic, Fort
in.
Choppendale.
Can you just please text Sarah and see if this weekend she'd be interested in getting buck fucked?
Yeah. Oh, no.
If she asks by what, just tell her.
She's not going to the Bengals game.
Yeah, Marissa's heartbroken. Marissa's all heartbroken.
I bet she is.
And I was like, oh, do you still want to go? She's like, you want to take someone else? I was like, no, I didn't say that. I just figured without your girlfriend there, you wouldn't want to go. But
yeah,
I ain't bringing it up again.
Does that mean you're going to be there by like before 10?
Nope, same time.
Same time. Yeah.
He knew better.
I didn't think that far ahead, but I figured we got one of the problems, but not. It's the two of them together is what makes it like almost showing up right at 1 o'clock.
You guys might have to hit the buttons and wear these gloves.
Oh, you're not gonna for real. You're not. You're gonna be actually late this time.
I'm on it.
Derek, you're actually gonna be peep the fit. So you're gonna be later this time.
No, it'll be the same time.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll
somewhere around 10:30, 11.
Around 10 o'clock ish.
All right.
We're supposed to meet at 9. We usually meet at 9 at this gas
12.
station. That's about an hour away.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours, 2 hours to Cincinnati for me. So I meet Derek an hour.
Right.
And I get an hour.
Well, it's 2 hours for Derek too, but the problem is half of his drive is getting out of that fucking gated community. Jesus Christ.
Well, not getting out of it.
It's not that bad.
He's at the end. He's at the end. He's already out.
Know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
getting in.
You can get out pretty quick, I guess. It's the getting in part.
Yeah.
Well, Derek's got a pass at the back, so he's allowed to get in the back too. Like I wasn't the right shape.
Whoa! Derek's got a pass to get in the back. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I most certainly do not.
Yeah, you do. Don't fucking lie, man.
For Pork Chop, not for your wife.
Derek, I Googled it, and it's true. You do. You have a pass to get in the back.
That's so fun. They're just going to do
Google doesn't lie. It's on the internet, Derek.
It's on the internet. It must be true.
Football. You guys want to talk about football?
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have a football. They're playing shit right now, aren't they?
There is football on, yeah.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty was playing. Travis Hunter was playing. The two Heisman leaders both had big games, as per usual. I think Genty should win it, but I think Hunter had like 3 touchdowns and interception. Listen, the kid is incredible. He's a top 5 pick all day long. Ashton Genty is the top 5 player in his class. Whether he goes top 5, who knows, being a running back. But, hey, I ain't got a problem with either of them winning it, honestly. I just kind of root for the running backs because they don't get the love as much anymore. Right. And then in the NFL, they ain't going to get the same amount of money.
Yeah.
But Travis Hunter is really good, so I can't bag on him.
Yes,
either.
he is. He's a phenom.
Yes.
What
Let me ask you,
I
if
hate
he's
about
there,
Travis Hunter is like. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask you guys if Travis Hunter's there when we pick, and you still got. Well, if Travis Hunter's there, all the D line people are probably going to be there still too. But let's just say that's there. Do you take Travis Hunter over like Mason Graham?
Yeah, let's just in a vacuum. In a vacuum for me, no. But it's because I'm irrational and I have Mason Graham. Yeah. I have Mason Graham at my number one overall player. Like, and people are like, I don't think I love him, but I don't think I have him number one overall for the whole class. I'm like, I don't know. I just believe in the kid. I think he's very good against the run and is, 21% pass rush win rate on true pass sets. Like, come on, man. I think he's you would be getting a damn good football player. It's kind of like I had Joe Alt last year. Now you talk about the ceiling of a Travis Hunter being higher. Oh yeah. Like, and it'd be tough, I think, for a lot of teams to pass Travis Hunter unless, you're a quarterback needy team.
I mean,
because you can play him on either side of the football and he's probably going to be really good.
I got to tell you, for me, if Travis Hunter's there, he's my first pick. He's not the position I want, but that's because he ain't going to be there. But if for some reason something happened and he was there, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's my number 2 on my board. You know what a problem that would be. But I mean, that would mean we suck the rest of the season and probably don't win another game to ever have a chance at either one of those guys. But Mason Graham, Travis Hunter, and then I've got Abdul Carter, the edge from
that's the third person I was going to throw in.
Yeah, that's my top 3, man. I love all 3 of those guys.
What kills me about Travis Hunter is I feel like we wouldn't be able to utilize him because in college football, I feel like you have the ability to be a two-way player with no issues at all. And I feel like in the NFL days, he would be we would definitely have him as full-time corner and the occasional wide receiver plays. And I just in my opinion, is that worth it?
It's worth it to me for just the corner. Just the corner. I only want the corner. If they throw him in there 2 or 3 plays as wide receiver, that's a bonus. I only want Travis Hunter the corner.
Yeah, I think he could be elite as a corner. I do.
I do not expect him to actually come into the league and play both offense and defense. Maybe they'll do that every once in a while, but I don't feel like that because that just presents more risk for injury when really what you want him to do is lock down corner.
Yeah.
So that's when I think of him coming in the league. Yeah, it gets you a little excited thinking he can go in there and make some plays as a receiver too because he's a really good receiver. But in my head, I'm only drafting the.
I gotta say hi to Aurora and Olivia.
Oh, look at that!
They're in the house there. I'm sure they're helping Marissa get food ready because
so watch.
She went to her parents yesterday, so we're having our turkey and stuff today. So.
Watch your language now.
Oh no, Aurora's well aware of who I am.
No, I was talking to Aurora and Olivia. Watch your language.
Yeah. But yeah, the Bengals didn't claim Gabe Murphy, who I had like a late 3rd, early 4th round grade on coming out of UCLA. Before that, it was like Texas State or small school. Him and his twin brother played at UCLA. He's a smaller guy. He's like, basically linebacker size, but he's an edge. He's a pass rusher. Yeah. And the Bengals have this weird size profile thing. We've talked about it, and I can't stand it. Good football player is a good football player, right? Mm-hmm. And the Bengals pigeonhole themselves by having to have a guy between 6'3" and 6'5" and 260 to 270 pounds. Every DN on the roster is between those size limitations.
How tall is Trey?
Missing out.
I didn't know Trey was that tall. Is he that tall?
Trey's probably 6'4".
Is he really? Some bitch.
I was going to say 6'2", 6'3", but
Cedric Johnson's one that's 6'3" as well that they drafted this past year, but he's like 260. So he's like their minimum threshold, and that was a 6th round guy.
Well, this guy, Gabe Murphy, didn't he have 8 sacks last year?
Yeah, something like that. Playing opposite a lot too.
8 the 2 years, a year before the 2 years before that.
Yeah, probably at like Texas State, wherever he was at, and then he was at UCLA for 2 years. But yeah, he's just a good football player, right? And he's out there. I mean, you can still bring him in, but they called up Devin Cochran because a lot of people when they released Stuber, but to me it was just the writing on the wall. I think they had been promoting Cochran, and having him active on game days. So it's just a matter of like, hey, he was over Stuber really anyways, but they just kept both guys in case probably an injury or something happened. And it got to the point to where like, okay, now we got to promote this guy to the 53. We can't use any more of these practice squad call-ups on him. So that's all that was. But I definitely hope that they don't screw this up with the edge and, claiming Yannick Ngakoue or trying to claim him because they didn't actually win that claim.
That's what they said.
Well, I mean, that's what it was out there. Like, that was national media guys. So they did try, but that is a guy who would not fit their size profile. But it's rare for them to do that. But hell, come on.
The other one is Calais Campbell. That kind of doesn't fit their size profile or age profile. And we heard that they made a swing at him, albeit who knows what size swing it was. Yeah. Dale might be froze. And you're freezing too.
Seems like, am I freezing?
You were just like slow motion, but I think Dale froze.
Yeah. Delio did freeze. I mean, it is cold outside, so he.
Fuck right, it is.
We'll have to.
I'm feeling bad for Dale in his garage. I was thinking about it before we got on here about how that garage is going to be freezing cold. And we were talking about how it's going to be fucking freezing ass cold at the goddamn tailgate.
Yeah.
Some people at work are like, "Are you going? It's going to be cold at the tailgate. You just going one? Fuck no. I'll be at the tailgate."
Yeah.
9 a.m. Well, I park at 9 and walk over. But fuck yeah, I'm going to the tailgate. You crazy? That's the part with this season. That's the part I look forward to. I sure in the fuck don't look forward to watching these motherfuckers lose $100 for me to goddamn Tyler Kelly.
Yeah. Am I back? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
So I got a new router and stuff last week, and I've been trying to keep it on because when I go and I run a speed test, it'll say like, oh, you're getting all this other output if I just don't use the extender that's down here. I use the extender. It says I don't get shit.
Yeah.
But then I come on here and I have more problems when I'm not on the extender. So I switch back to the extender. We'll see if it holds. If it starts messing up, let me know. But
all right.
I was trying something different. Yeah, obviously didn't work out.
Man, this game is boring.
Which one?
The Raiders-Chiefs game.
Oh.
It's 3-0 Chiefs right now. And that's what I think somebody was up talking about it earlier about how they just play a freaking boring ass game of football. But they keep winning.
I don't like the Chiefs. I got to tell you, I just really don't like them.
Yeah.
But I put something out on Twitter. I'll ask your opinion. So it's something I've been thinking about a little bit here and there the last couple days. We're coming off the bye week. Steelers at home. It's not been a good season. The Bears did fire Eberflus today because they're 4-8. And they've lost quite a few games in a row after a not so bad start. I can't say we had the start, but we're losing some tough games here in a row if we lose this one. And we would also be 4-8. Not saying it would happen this season. And I haven't been a huge fire Zach Taylor guy.
Right.
But it's just, to me, how is it not at least a conversation if coming off a bye week, divisional opponent, when the playoffs are still at least a flicker of hope for the playoffs, if you lose this game, how is it not a conversation that Zach is fired as head coach? Now, I think, easier to fire your D coordinator, overhaul that, probably a new O-line coach, more other defensive staff needs to go too. I think that's a more likely move. But I just can't defend Zach if we go to 4-8 and lose at home coming off a bye week as the head coach anymore. I just don't think I can do it. Not that I defended him too much before, but I wasn't on the he's got to go train.
You can go first, Derek.
I mean, it's kind of hard to think about because you just think the Bengals made the Super Bowl 2 years ago, so I don't even see Mike Brown even making a decision.
Well, it'll be 3 years ago now, right?
It would be 3 years ago, yeah. So, I mean, do I think he deserves to? Probably.
Right. I feel like we can only talk of it from the standpoint of what we think because we know most likely the Bengals are not doing this. And that's fair. That's fair to preface it with that. I get that.
Yeah. What I could see more likely happening is that if it's another complete like shit show from the defense again, I could see them potentially letting Lou go. I really could.
Like after the game, like
yeah.
I just think at this point, you done rode out the bye week, all this stuff so far into this season. What the hell is the point at this point if you lose again?
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't think they'd fire Zach like this week, but I just mean I think it should be on the table more. Like this is one of those that could really – would it potentially, Chop, open the front office's eyes to have all them terrible towels waving because you got your ass kicked again at home after a bye week and you dropped to 4-8 when you got the best fucking quarterback in the NFL, not to mention wide receiver, a pass rusher, some good pieces there. And to do this and to do it at home and have, let's just say you do lose by 20. I don't know. I just assume we're going to lose by one point every
probably.
time. But do you think that could maybe get them to at least start considering that if it happens? Because that's not good.
I mean, no, I don't know. I think that me as a fan, first of all, let me preface this by I don't think the Bengals are going to do a goddamn thing in this offseason as far as coaching. I think that if anybody's on the hot seat, might be Lou Anarumo, but I just got a feeling he'll be here next year too because the defense flashed a couple games here and there for a fucking quarter. But I was also not on the fire Zach Taylor bandwagon. But then I just started thinking like, man, people when they think back about the Marvin Lewis era, they really don't think of it fondly. But Marvin Lewis at this point with the Bengals had more wins than Zach Taylor.
And he didn't have a Joe Burrow. I don't care. You guys can love Andy Dalton. I thought he was about as mid as it gets. And there's nothing wrong with mid if you got a good defense and you got other pieces.
Yeah. And so, fucking Rex Grossman went to the Super Bowl, didn't he? But anyway, so I was on the big fire Lou Anarumo train because the defense is the problem. And then I just thought, Zach Taylor is a head coach. I'm not in that locker room, but I cannot imagine the chaos in that locker room right now. There's no way that he has control of that locker room. I mean, with the losing and stuff like that, bringing the ping pong tables back, what the fuck ever, man.
Yeah, that's a whatever.
That's silly to me.
And that'll be interesting to see kind of when we get to look behind the scenes a little bit with Hard Knocks coming up.
I don't even want to watch that shit, man.
What the locker room situation is, because I feel like we will get a little bit of glimpse into that.
But I really personally right now, I am on the clear the rack. That's what I'm on. Clear the rack because what they're doing isn't working.
Clearance rack, Mac.
I will keep Darren Simmons on our coaching. So like I said, clear it. Have somebody come in here because what we got, we got the best quarterback in the league. Okay. Right. This year he's proving it on a losing team. Don't waste the window that we have with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Make a difference. What we have isn't working. So try something new. Try fucking something new. Goddamn, other teams rotate this shit. It only takes a year.
Don't let your wife hear you try fucking something new.
Yeah, try something new.
You're going to walk down and hear you say, try fucking something new.
Try fucking something new.
Big ass trouble. She hears those words come out your mouth.
Hey, nothing.
That ain't what I meant, honey.
Nothing that comes out of my mouth surprises my wife, Dale.
No, that's true.
So, yeah, I would like to see a clearance and then just restock. You know what I'm saying? I have my preferences in my head, and my main preference is the only reason he's not my first pick for coach, but the only reason that Bill Belichick is my first pick is because, to me, that says the front office cares enough to bring a coach in that they know wants control of the team, and so they're willing to give that up because now they're focused on winning.
Yeah,
it's more about seeing them give up some control than it is about who that guy is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why he's my first. I don't think he's my first pick as far as coaches go, but he's my first pick because of what it'll mean if he came here, which, by the way, is not going to happen.
And to talk on this a little bit, M saying you think you can keep Joe healthy with the rest of the season with this O-line. It does sound like Orlando Brown's coming back, so that's a big boost, I think, to our offensive line, and it'll be interesting to see. Dale, you talked about it earlier this week, seeing those O-line drills. If in fact they do move on from the Volson experiment.
Or do they, move him to the right guard? Who knows? Like, there's some things they could do with the guards. And honestly, that was a drill, and I said, I'm sure it means nothing. But it's just one of those things to see him beside Orlando and Kara snapping the ball. Is this a thought they're having? Because, originally he was supposed to be, guard depth here, and he has played some right guard. They haven't really seen him on the left. And it's probably just a drill, and he's hanging out with his buddy Orlando in the drill because they're friends from Oklahoma. And it's probably nothing more than that. But I'm just tossing it out there because – you never know. Maybe this is something they've been planning to do this whole bye week is to have Cody Ford come out there and play and move some things around, just try something different. But obviously, none of us really think the offense as a whole is not a problem, but our two starting offensive guards are. So, and maybe it's a sign where it's 67 viewers. That's the number of Cody Ford. Cody Ford starting at left guard. Just hit that number as soon as we were talking about it. No, he's 61, isn't he? I was actually wrong. Volson's 67. So we're getting rid of 67.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Man, Volson's going to be our.
He's probably getting a 3-year extension after the year.
Although he's probably going to play better with Orlando Brown next to him.
Man,
right?
It's just a trip.
No, because when
crap.
Even when Orlando's in there and he plays a good D tackle, and he's going to play some good D tackles this week with the Steelers.
Yeah.
His grades have been abysmal, and he usually gets demolished. So I am worried about it, and maybe Ford doesn't start, but I don't know, man. The Bengals have to see the same trend we see, that every time he plays a real good defensive tackle, he gets his shit eaten up, not in a good way.
He gets his shit eaten up.
Like. They've got to see this guy constantly tripping Cordell Volson, tripping. It's just he's got a wide stance, and that you can't do that when you're in a freaking box the way he is.
Yeah, and that worries me to go along with the Burrow getting hurt. Volson steps on his damn ankle so much.
Oh, yeah. Well, it sounds nice to get someone in there and improve that position, but I have zero expectations on anything. So now I want to say I can't be disappointed, but I will. I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, when the game starts, man, you're all the way back in, we just make some plays. Like, we're all back.
As soon as they start playing that Welcome to the Jungle on that kickoff, that initial kickoff, when the guys are running out onto the field, I'll be hyped up. I'll be ready to go. At the end of the game, I'm going to hand fucking Tyler Kelly $100, and I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And he'll probably be at our tailgate. I think he was talking about coming down there, so that'll be fun.
That means I got to bring him a hundo as well.
Yeah. This motherfucker ain't got no job, so he could use it now, huh?
Does he got Venmo?
Yeah.
All right, I'll Venmo him.
Yep. He sure does.
The CEO of the Bengals and Brews coming in right here, Dustin Croft.
Our producer.
He wanted to know if there are no shakeups in the rotation / depth chart out of the bye week. That shows we are probably punting on this season. This staff feels lost.
I don't feel like they think it's punting.
Yeah, I think they're just stubborn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Punting to me would be like bench Joe Burrow. Like, why risk him if you're gonna punt the season and you got no chance? Goddamn, that would suck to go to the games and not see Joe Burrow play. But why are you gonna chance him getting hurt if you already know that you're fucked on the season, right? Joe's gonna want to play, but
I'm gonna be curious to see, because at least they flirted with Jordan Battle, almost splitting time, or sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 40-60 where he's getting the 40. With Vaughn lately, to see if that shifts and he's out there more after the bye week, because that's one that I think we could evaluate. We can evaluate all we want. Like, we can say, oh, Hubbard should play less, and we need to see more Murphy. I just don't trust them to do it. They're loyal to a fault, and I don't get it, because it's the NFL, not for long league. And
unless you're a Bengal, then you can stay for a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of being loyal, we are definitely loyal to our sponsors here.
That's true. We are
Bengals and Brews. First of all, you've got the Chop Shop 513. Well, we got
Mike Brown.
We got one of my favorite. I've actually got a couple of things from the Chop Shop coming in. I got my bourbon glass, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is elite. I love that thing.
Well, how come you ain't drinking bourbon out of it right now?
Because it's in the dishwasher.
Oh, it's in it. Oh, you already used it. You used it right away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
it's a little
also,
one, though. It's little.
It is kind of small, but
it's smaller than you think, but it's still plenty. You can keep it's refillable, so you can pour bourbon in it, and when it runs out, you can pour more.
You fill that thing to the brim, and it don't matter, right?
That's small, right. But it gets the job done. Been there.
Exactly.
That's right.
Right. Shout out one for the small penis.
Yay!
We've also got Midwest Best Barbecue, who is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how do you transition from shout out to the small penis?
So shout out to the small penises. Midwest Best Barbecue, we got you.
Hey, that's one of my absolute favorites. We're going to have some pulled pork at the tailgate that is going to have Midwest Best Barbecue on it.
Ooh.
And we got 50 West beer at the tailgate as well.
Ooh.
So shout out to our sponsors.
Look at that. I don't have a bottle of barbecue sauce, but I have this lemonade 50 West I can put up like Greg does all the time. Proud sponsor.
We should probably get our over-under started.
That's what
might as well.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh, look at that. They're big.
We'll start with Joe Burrow passing yards over-under at 258.5. This one's a little tricky for me. You think how well he's been playing, but the Steelers are one of those teams, man. They got a great defense. And they had a great defensive line, and Orlando Brown back or not. This is a team that sometimes gives Joe trouble, and it's going to be a cold weather game, and we don't know how his wrist and things are going to be in this cold weather. And he doesn't know. He said that, but it's definitely a concern, I think, for us as fans. And I'd be lying if I sat here and just could say, yeah, he's going 300. That's a stupid number, 258. I'm going to say under. And I think you can still win the game with him throwing for 225 and 2 or 3 touchdowns. You're going to have to run the ball some, even though that's a really good run defense. You're still going to have to throw it. That's who we are. Mm-hmm. But, you're going to grind it out. And they're going to run the clock a lot because they like to run the ball. So it might be a game where you don't have tons and tons of possessions all the time. So I'm going to say the under, but it's not necessarily saying we're going to lose.
I will take I'm going to take the over. I just think Joe Burrow, I understand the hand thing. That does concern me. But if I take that away and I assume that his wrist is just fine, which it has been every game, and I understand it hasn't been a cold weather game. And Joe did say the cold weather has affected him in the past with injuries. So it's a possibility. And if you watch Joe, like they show that shit on TV with him playing with his wrist. But if you go watch it in person, it's constant. He's constantly like moving the wrist around, snapping the hand. So it kind of worries me. Also, part of me thinks he's just fucking with everybody in the league and ain't shit wrong.
Yeah.
That being said, I still think that Joe's very upset about this season, and he's taking it out on everybody in his path. Despite the record, Joe Burrow's going out there and putting up 300 fucking yards, multiple touchdowns every game, and just wreaking havoc on every defense. So I feel good with sticking with the over.
Yeah, going into these, I was looking at them, and before I looked at them, I was thinking around 260 for Burrow. So seeing the line right where I was thinking, I'm going to take the over just because that's where I was at.
It's a good idea.
And Russell Wilson's over-under is at 224.5. He is averaging 242.5, basically. And our defense gives up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this because I don't want to say over just because I don't think Russ is a great quarterback by any means, but you don't have to be great to fucking put up numbers against this defense.
No, you don't.
And George Pickens and Freiermuth and anybody else that they want to throw the ball to probably have success. Mike Williams probably have a big game. Just throw it up to him because why not? We're playing the Bengals.
Yeah.
And that defense is ass.
And your fucking Michigan buddy, right? Roman Wilson, is that right?
No, he's on IR.
Oh, he's on IR.
But I'm gonna say the over as well just because of our defense.
Yeah. Man, I'm going to go with the over because our number one, and I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying our number one cornerback right now is Josh Newton, isn't he?
I mean, kind of.
I mean, Juice will be out there, but Juice, the carton's empty right now. So hopefully they refilled that fucking juice pack, and he comes out and he gets his head on straight after the bye week. I mean, but going into this week, he was benched the last game. So that means if nothing's changed, that means Josh Newton is your number one cornerback. So, and Russell Wilson, man, can throw that goddamn football from one end of the field to the other, and he will. There will be a big play like that at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, out of that T24, I'll bet you at least twice it's over a 25-yard pass.
2 explosives?
Yes. Russell Wilson, that's what he does. He runs around, he scrambles, he makes a play, and our secondary is shit right now. Sorry, Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over as well because, I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be until you prove me out or prove me wrong, right? So I'm going to say over. We
got DJ Ivey too, who's looked good last year before he got hurt. So
yeah,
I'm trying to talk myself into it, but I still take the over.
Yeah, Ivy's gonna have to step it up for sure. I think that's a good point. Rushing yards, Derek's favorite's the quarterback. I can't stand that, but over under 7.5 for Burrow. I'll say over, but
he's gonna be running for his life. I'm taking
if it's backwards, I'm taking the over 55.
If they are manned up at least one time, he hits that in one attempt.
I mean, I can see it happening because he's going to get flushed out of the pocket by TJ Watt. And so if he's flushed out of the pocket and he makes an escape, maybe he makes something happen with his feet. But I think that I'm going to stick with the under because I just don't feel like Joe this year, he's having his best year as a quarterback. But also this year, I feel like I haven't looked at the numbers, but pretty much because I don't look at numbers. But I feel like he hasn't run near as much this year as he has in previous years. So I'm going to go with the under.
All right, we'll move on to Chase Brown, 66.5 over under. He's been playing well, but like I said, that's a very good run defense. I think they're ranked like 4th yards given up, and we haven't been a great running offense. Now he's probably going to get the lion's share again of the carries. Herbert maybe gets a little more involved coming off the bye week. Since you did trade something for him, you might want to get him out there a little more. But at the same point in time, I think it's Chase Brown's show. But I don't have him getting over 50, maybe 50 at most. So
if that was rushing and receiving, I could see the over. But just rushing alone, that one worries me a little bit. So I'm going to take the under.
Yeah, I could see him have another 50 receiving, a 50-50 game because that's what he's been doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the over on this one because fuck the Steelers.
All right.
I think Chase Brown comes out. I'm going to fuck the Steelers, man. So I'm taking the over with Chase Brown. I think he has a good game against a good defense.
And
I really got faith.
Win you
really
$100.
Like What's that?
I said, and he helps win you $100.
And he does. And I'll shake his hand afterwards. I'll buy him something like a soda pop or something at E&O if he wants to. Or you can stop down to tailgate and I'll give him a couple beers before the game. Get him fueled up. 50 West Fuel. There you go, buddy. And some of that pulled pork that Derek's going to make with the Midwest Best barbecue sauce on it.
Najee Harris over under at 60.5. He's averaging 68. So our run defenses look better.
Yeah.
It makes me almost not want to take this, but at the same point in time, our defense overall sucks. He's going to run it a lot. Yeah. I'm still going to take the under. He's in the 50s.
You think he's in the 50s?
Yeah.
I'll
No rhyme or reason.
I think that you're right. I think that our defense has stepped up against the better runners, I don't think that Derrick Henry – what did he do in the last game, Derrick Henry, against us? Did he kill us? I know that first game he didn't get about 40 yards until he had that big tear in overtime.
I don't remember.
I can find out real quick.
I do think that our defense has stepped up on the run sometimes when we thought they wouldn't, but at the same time, I got Najee Harris going over also.
So you just completely fooled us all.
I know. Kind of try to talk myself into it, Dale, but I'm telling you, man, I'm in a funk here. Like, I haven't been able to shake it. The fucking bye week hasn't helped me.
Derrick Henry had 68 rushing yards against us.
Okay. Fuck it. Under. Najee ain't Derrick. I'm going, you know what? Fucking under.
Fucking under what? No.
Under
I'm
Najee
going
Harris.
under as well, just because, like you guys said, our rushing defense is so much better. I'm now the Jalen Warren one is interesting. Dale, what do you think?
I was going to hit the over. It's 38.5, and I was going to say over for him since I said under for Najee because I think he's a guy that you can get on the perimeter, and maybe some of it's receiving, but at the same point in time, I think he busts at least a couple decent ones, or maybe it's a draw play where they hand it off to him and it goes for 15, 20, and he gets a big chunk of it on one or two plays. So that's the reason I'll go over on Warren. I think he's a little more explosive, but Najee's having a good season. Warren's only averaging 33.7.
Yeah.
But he's been dinged up a lot of the season, and they've also had a nice rest after playing on a Thursday. So I think he'll be fresh, and I'm going to have him over. I think they both get around 50 at the end of the day.
Synastry's got a good point here. Over for all Steelers offensive players. Thanks, Duke. Yeah. I'll take the under with Jalen Warren because he's on my fantasy team, and the Steelers can't fucking do anything for me, right?
That's good reasoning.
So that's my whole basis on my rationale for the under on Jalen Warren.
And then we'll go into receiving yards, and we got T. Higgins up first, 67.5. He is a freaking baller when he's been out there. Mm-hmm. Big T. Higgins fan. I'm going to say over. I'm going to say he gets over the 67.5. He's up 70, 80. Clutch, big plays that help us get this win. Oh, my God, I think we're going to win? That's crazy. We'll probably lose, but, yeah, it's a tease.
I'm going to take the over as well. I could see this being a T game 100%. I mean, we haven't had one of his just come out and take over the entire game. So that I just see T just being a monster out there and getting, I'm going to say 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Damn, big game.
I would go with the over for T. Like I said, I already had Joe Burrow with the over, and he's passing the ball to somebody. So one of them somebodies is T, and I think T gets the over. Guess what I got for Jamar Chase?
Also the over?
Also the over. Dale, you're pretty good at this, man. You know me.
Well, I'm going to go under on Chase since I went over on Higgins because I do have the under on Burrow. So 77.5 is the over-under for Jamar. I'm going to say under, but I think it's still, they're getting the ball in his hands, 6-7 catches, 60 to 70 yards. It's still a good game, maybe a touchdown in there. So it's not like I think Jamar is going to be bad in any way, shape, or form. He's been incredible all season. I just think his yards are going to be tougher to get, and T's going to eat and do well because of all the focus on Chase. So that's why I got T over, Jamar under.
Okay.
I'm going to say Jamar under as well. I was thinking 75 and a tutty, so not much under, but
I'm both over. I'm sticking with it. Sticking with it, man.
Could this be a Drew Sample game?
No, it's probably going to end up
last
being
time we
Joe
played
at a
the Steelers.
fucking 124 yards and fucking no touchdowns because I took the over on both.
They got Najee for 10.5. He's averaging about 17.5. Yeah, I think he'll get 1 or 2 catches out of the backfield that he can get, 11, 12 yards. I don't see him going way over that, but I would have to take the over on 10.5. Seems like a low number a little bit.
Yeah, I'll also say over. I mean, come on, man. I mean, who the fuck's you know what, though? I do have faith in Mike Hilton, and he'll be running around there in the slot, but I still think Najee goes over 10.5.
Might be a lot of Akeem Davis-Gaither with Logan Wilson questionable.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I can see that. 10.5 just seems too easy for Najee, so I'm going to take the over as well.
Yeah. Freiermuth has been like their second leading receiver.
Yeah.
I think Mike Williams will get some of that, especially he's there longer after he was a trade line acquisition. But 32.2 is what he's averaging, and they got him at 24.5. So I'm going to go over. I've got Russ's over. They got to get some yards somewhere too. So I think he, and tight ends still give us difficulty at times. So I could see him having 30 or 40, and we got to hear him going, motherfuckers waving them towels and shit. But yeah,
it'll probably happen. Just yell someone's name like that.
In all fairness, we do the same thing.
Yeah, but we go T. It's much,
T.
much cooler.
Sounds a lot
It's much
better.
cooler, Derek.
Yeah.
Sounds stupid. T sounds good.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
even love to start yelling
Hey.
some juice again.
What we're gonna do is when Drew Sample scores a tutty, we're gonna go Drew.
You know, when fucking sorry about that. When T does something, makes a good catch, everybody yells T. When Jamar does it, nobody does shit. They just yell, "Yay!"
No, we just expect it.
Yeah.
Nope, we just expect it.
Yeah, we don't have a Jamar thing.
He's the man.
Juice makes it good.
He gets the golf clap.
If Cam Taylor Britt makes a splash play, everybody's like, Juice, T. Jamar's like, good job, lad.
Yeah.
Crikey,
Right.
that's a good catch.
Derek, did you give yours? Did you guys give?
Yeah, I went over.
Yeah, I'm going.
I don't know if I did or not, but I'm going over.
It doesn't matter. Insert tight end over.
Exactly.
Pickens is averaging 70.5. They got him at 74.5. Man, I don't know. This guy is a maniac. So it's one of those things where it's like I could see him having a huge game. I could see him getting pissed off immediately and going into a shell and not doing shit all game. Like, you just never know with this guy. And it makes him hard to bet. It makes him hard to play in fantasy. I'm going to say under, even though I got Russ's over. I think he's going to have 50 or 60, but I think somebody's going to get in his head. I don't know. Somehow Cam Taylor Britt does what he did to DK Metcalf and gets in his head and plays a great game, and it takes Pickens out of it a little bit, and he doesn't go off on us. So
hey, Dale, Chase is a one-syllable word, isn't it? You're a school teacher, man, right? Chase. That's one syllable. We could yell that one.
Yeah. How about ooh no?
I'm gonna go over for Pickens. I mean, I think the guy's a head case. I see what you're saying, Dale. They could get in his head, but
he's very talented.
He is very talented. He's a head case. He's very talented. But previously, I talked about how I thought our fucking secondary is not great right now.
That is true. Don't talk me back into going over already. That's all it takes.
Close your ears. Don't listen. But our secondary is trash. And so I'm taking the over on George Pickens. I hate that fucking guy. He's the epitome of my hate for Steelers. Just like fucking smiling ass fucking what the fuck was his name? That receiver.
Hines Ward, that cocksucker. Fuck that guy.
Fuck him. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. He just out there making plays every now and then. I can see this being one.
And big plays.
It's our corner.
Yeah, he can make big plays too.
When I said that Russell Wilson's gonna throw for over 25 yards twice, it's George Pickens. He's probably gonna throw it to.
Yep.
He can run after the catch too when he gets the ball. Like, I mean, he's very talented. Like, I won't take that away from him.
Right.
He's got to get in his head, man. Take him out early. Get him pissed off.
Yes.
Crypt Keeper coming in hot once again.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking about though, because Sarah's name is spelled with an H. Is that your wife?
I can tell you this though. Drew Garrison said that it's the same. He's going to bet that Sample anytime touchdown because it's the same uni combo that last time they played. Drew Sample scored a touchdown.
Oh, I remember that was the one he posted. That was the one where he just plowed through.
He plowed through and just like fell down into the end zone. Yeah, so it was the same uni combo, and I think it was at home, and it was against Pittsburgh. So,
speaking of the moon balls and things that you were talking about and the deep passes, I could see Calvin Austin getting one of these, little speedster, 25.5 over under, averaging like 32. They don't go to him a lot, but they could go to him on a deep one. And with our shitty secondary, I'll stay over since I said under for Pickens. Give him the 50 yards or so.
I'm going to go on this industry's method of thinking here and say that everybody on their offense taking the over. So, boom, over for Austin.
He put the H in there.
That's what I was laughing at.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shara.
He did put the H in there. Oh, well, he wouldn't mind if you'd Shara the Sarah.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's very true.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Calvin Austin, guys? Over under?
One more.
Over.
Go ahead.
Over. All right. Jalen Warren, 14.5. This is I went his over on rushing. I'll go over on this. He's averaging 15.8, so it's right there. I just think that he will give us more problems than Najee in this game. So I got the double over on him.
He's been playing better than Najee lately.
Yeah. He's a good football player.
Well, let me think. What am I going to take with Jalen Warren? Is it over? Is it under? It's fucking over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Syndustries, you're
Just
right.
like our
Thanks,
season
dude.
is fucking over.
Yeah. And the season could be over if we don't win this game. So the spread's 2.5 points.
Which, Dale, I said this to you earlier. How we are favored against an 8-4 team or 7?
We're at home. It's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Still got Joe Burrow. They expect all our games to be close, and they usually are. But yeah. Are we gonna lose? I don't know. Over under is 47.5. I hadn't really thought of a score prediction yet. So Chop, if you want to go kick us off.
21-17.
Which team wins?
Pittsburgh. I mean, I fucking hate to say it, man. I'm always trying to be optimistic here.
Yeah.
But my optimism is fucking squished. The big foot of Mike Brown has come down from the fucking sky and squished my optimism. The next thing I feel like I'd be optimistic for is don't fuck up our top 10 pick in the draft next year.
Well, I'm going under. I'm going to go under on the 47.5, but it's not by a lot. I'm going to say 23-20 because that just seems like a Bengals-Steelers score that happens. And I'm going to go Cincinnati pulls one out somehow, some way, and wins 23-20.
I like it. Okay. I'm going to take the over because I was thinking 27-21 Bengals was my thought on this before I even saw the over-under, which is crazy to me that, I mean, I'm just on it today. So
you're a degenerate. You're a degenerate gambler. So you know the lines before they even happen because you gamble so much.
That's true.
do way too much. Yeah, I'm going to say 27-21 Bengals. I don't understand why I'm saying that. I don't have any logic for it.
Nope.
There is no reason why this Bengals defense should hold anybody to 21 points. But I'm going to say we come out. Maybe you got that dead cat bounce, and they just look like the imposters that we thought they are, but the other way around.
Yeah, and I got Waits at 31-21. Cincinnati. We got Sindustries 19-14 for the bad guys, the Squillers. I wrote scumbags on there for you, Sindustries.
Yeah, I'll put it up there. See? 1914 scumbags. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to let my attitude get away. I was going to say, which ones are the scumbags?
Yeah. And they
got a bad attitude. I really want to get over it, to tell you the truth. And a win
would help.
It's it's not just the win because the Bengals. With this one, it's the win and fuck you, Tyler Kelly.
Yeah, and the money, $100.
Yeah. Dale, what do you think about the team up north tomorrow?
Well, he specifically, Dustin, is asking about the O-line, which, I mean, man, the Buckeyes been hit hard there. Josh Simmons, who's potentially a first-round pick, has been out for a while at left tackle. They had to kick Donovan Jackson, who should be a day 2 kind of guard, out to left tackle from his left guard spot. He's done an admirable job, for somebody who's not played that since at least high school and 4 years at Ohio State playing guard. But still not great at that. And they got guys like Josiah Stewart and Derek Moore that come off the edge. And then inside is where it's really at. And they don't have McLaughlin, the center, who tore his ACL a week ago. So they got Heinzman, who wasn't a starter, that's had to come in, but he was a starting center last year. He's back to center after playing guard. They've got Austin Sarabeld now playing left guard. So the trenches, man, is where Michigan could really give the Buckeyes some problems with my number 1 overall player, obviously. in Graham, and then they also have the big boy, the 340-pounder, Kenneth Grant. So that's a very good defensive line, and that's the way for Michigan. If they're giving the Buckeyes fits, but I trust the Buckeyes can still spread the ball around, get points, find ways to, not let that kill them. And on the other side, Michigan, can they move the ball? Probably not. So there's no reason. Now, weird things happen in the game. I told this to Derek earlier. The game, the Buckeyes versus that team up north. Weird things always happen. And it's like, their fans are already like, oh, it doesn't matter. This year don't matter, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut the fuck up. It always matters. This shit always matters. It's the game. And weird things happen. The team that's favored loses a lot in this game,
Yep.
So – but I think there's really, on paper at least, and that's all we can do to predict something, the Buckeyes should win this game by at least 2 touchdowns. Even if it's close early, they should find a way to pull away, and I don't think Michigan has enough firepower on offense.
It's a rival game, so it fucking matters. It doesn't matter what the record is when it's a rival game like that.
Yep.
Not that I don't have a fucking dog in that fight.
I'm looking forward to it, though. My brother's actually, I think he's up in Columbus now. He said he was leaving up or heading that way this afternoon and then going to that game. He told me at first when I asked him if he wanted to go with me to the game Sunday, he's like, I don't know if I can.
2 in a row.
Yeah. But he's going to be up there for that game. That'll be a hell of an atmosphere, though. That's for sure.
Is he coming on Sunday?
Yeah, he'll be there Sunday.
I was just going to say, I met Dale's brother. Y'all met my brother, and I haven't met your. Or wait a minute, you guys didn't go to the Eagles game, did you? Is that the one my brother went to?
No, I saw your brother. I'd seen your
brother.
brother.
Went to the Eagles game, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I just learned Derek had a brother. He'll never mention him. Are you guys mad about him? You're ashamed.
He's got this whole Amish beard thing going on. You can call him Yoder.
Oh, that's why you don't bring him around, because he embarrasses your little baby beard.
Oh, Dustin, don't put it out in the universe. And I got no problem with Luther Burden. He's Jamar Chase light.
Yeah.
It's not had a great season at Missouri, but Tet McMillan. I got nothing against those guys, but man, that's the dumbest thing we could do is take another first-round receiver. In my opinion,
you see it happening?
Yes, I can see it happening. But that's why I said I just don't know. We need trenches, damn it.
We certainly don't need a wide receiver. Beyond that defensive line, Travis Hunter, I think, is the only person that even remotely would think about picking above D-line, and that includes Ed.
And I said I wouldn't be against a Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks, the Texas and LSU offensive. They play left tackle for their teams respectively or respectfully or whatever. Fuck that up.
Right.
But kick them into guard, kind of like Whitworth did here. For a year or two, played guard and then kick them out to tackle. So, and that would be kind of my thought with those two guys, really because I ain't never going to be mad if you go and invest in your O-line or invest in your D-line. And I just think if you're picking in the top 15 this year, which good chance as of right now, that's what we're doing, that you're going to be able to get a really good premium player on one of the lines. So go do it.
I got to tell you, if we had Joe Burrow as a guest on the show right now, and he would actually tell you what he was hoping for, I'll bet you his number 1 pick overall that he would like in our first round is offensive line.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He might say, give me another receiver if we're losing.
He could. He possibly could.
I keep putting up these numbers. We're just not going to win games. I mean, that's the thing, though. We have greatness at receiver and still losing these games. I don't know. But I think, that's why I think we need a whole defensive staff overhaul as well, because, when you're bottom – half of the league and bottom half is being generous, either points or yards the last 2 years, we've been 28th or worse in one or the other category. You're not going to win a lot of games with defense that bad.
Bend over. Grab Mr. Brown by the pussy.
Yeah. But so we're about an hour in. I ain't got really much else to provide on this one. We just got to go out and win a fucking football game Sunday.
Please,
and
God.
If we don't, we're 4-8, and we're gonna say head should roll come Monday. Yep. And if we win, season's not over.
I did have a daydream this morning when I got home from work, and I was
Was I naked?
My watch, my wristband. I was naked when I had the dream, but I was thinking, What if we went out and go into playoffs and make a run and actually this is our destiny year?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if it is?
No,
and I took the shirt out of the shop.
Saying that.
If we go on a run, I sure enough fuck ain't putting the shirt back in the shop. I took that bitch out.
Yeah, you
So
can't.
if we go on a run, I'm not gonna lie. Like I left it lingering in there, and I took it out just a few days ago. But if we go on a run, I ain't putting that bitch back out. Not a fucking chance.
Well, I just think you got to beat one team. We've been saying this for I don't know how many weeks. One team with a winning record, and then maybe you could get some positivity out of me on here.
Beat them twice.
Till then, it's really hard for me to come on here and talk about any dream even of a damn winning streak or a damn making a run or even playoffs. We're talking playoffs. I can't even talk about no playoffs until we beat a team with a winning record. And you're going to have another opportunity on Sunday against a rival coming off your bye week at home, even though it might not feel like a home game at times because there's going to be a bunch of them inbred cucks out there going,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the week after. Wait, no, it's not the week after. I was going to say the week after is the Browns game, but we got a couple in between there, don't we? Yep.
We got Dallas,
Tennessee, and then Cleveland, right?
Yep.
It don't matter.
Denver,
Nothing matters.
Pittsburgh again at the end.
Matty
All
Ron's
that matters is this Sunday at 1 o'clock.
One game at a time. Your whole world, your whole life is on that field for 60 minutes. You go out there. This is one game for the rest of your life. That's all I got.
You got one shot, one opportunity.
Do not give up.
Right. Yeah.
Never
Stop,
give up.
Collaborate, and listen.
Never surrender.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor's back.
Right.
With a head scratching at the end of the game.
Walked into the crib,
hey,
checking
at
like
least
Gordon
we
Tibbs,
know
looking
Zach
up
Taylor,
under the bed, huh?
At least we know Zach Taylor would have called a timeout.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Where's
saying.
He wouldn't have had any left.
Let me ask you this, though. Now
left.
There's another defensive coach out there looking for a job. What about Eberflus as a D coach?
Yeah, I mean, he's had some good defenses. I mean, the Bears have much improved this year from last year. I mean, he only had 2 years in Chicago, but before that, he was with the Colts, who had some pretty good defenses. And I didn't think they always gave him a lot of talent. You know, they never really had like elite defensive line guys, in my opinion, for the Colts, and he did pretty well with what he had. So, I mean, I'm just saying he'd be on the list for defense coordinator, but Robert Saleh would be at the top of that list. Dennis Allen would be on that list. There's a lot of guys that'd be on my list for a coordinator change.
Suddenly, like, are the stars lining up because all these like good defensive coordinators are jobless, looking for a place to go.
Yeah, and I can't see Saleh getting a head coach job, you know, coming off of getting fired. I can't see Dennis Allen getting a head. I can't see Eberflus getting it. They're not going to – none of them guys are getting, like, another opportunity at a head coach right now.
If they do, it'll be here, though. Yeah.
God, don't put that out there either.
I know.
Damn it. We're putting all the bad juju
I'm telling you, man, the bye week didn't fix me. You know what'll fix me? What'll fix me is a fucking win on Sunday, and I'll feel good. A win, and it's only literally it's only because it's the Steelers, and I fucking hate them, man.
Mm-hmm. I did see some graph with Zach Taylor as like a top play. I mean, the offense has put up points.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that graphs are.
Hey, guess what? Then Zach Taylor can stay on staff as our offensive coordinator for all I give a fuck. All right. But he's got a new boss.
Well, I just think, you know, that's the thing. We give our D coordinator, you know, Zach ain't doing shit on that side of the ball.
No.
There ain't no way in hell. Our D coordinator runs that side of the ball. So you're almost bringing in a second head coach for a D coordinator. That's why, and that would be my pitch to Robert Saleh. Buddy, if you want to be a head coach in this league, and I imagine you do because you're coaching in this league, you get back here and you turn this defense around and you win a Super Bowl or two, hey, guess what? You're right back at the top of the list for a head coaching job. And that's what we want because, you know, we're handing the reins over to you. Fix us.
I do feel like Robert Saleh goes back to the 49ers next year.
Yeah, no, that's very likely.
Yeah. Ugly.
All right, fellas.
Pittsburgh Bros.
Apparently,
I ain't
put
gonna
some
lie though.
Christmas
Bend
stuff
over.
up.
I'd bend them over. Them ugly ass Pittsburgh Bros. That's what I would do it.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah,
Hoo day.
Hoo day.
See you Sunday.